Hi gals, I'm filming in the Coliseum this week. Stay tuned for the video. Hi gals, so this week we're going to talk about the flu vaccine. It's the beginning of the flu season, October to May in the US, and I thought that this would be a particularly important subject to talk about because you're in time to go get your flu shot. It's important to note that every year there's a new vaccine because they basically make the vaccine based on what virus types they think are going to be around that particular year. The American College of OBGYN, as well as the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, recommend that everyone over the age of 6 months old get the flu vaccine every single year. The flu is basically a respiratory infection that is caused by the flu virus, and it'll cause an infection of the nose, the throat, the lungs, and some of the symptoms are having a fever, having chills, runny nose, stuffy nose, headache, feeling tired, having muscle aches or body aches, and some people also get vomiting and diarrhea. The virus will spread through someone who is sick, through their respiratory droplets, we call it. So the droplets that are made from speaking or coughing or sneezing, it could either fall directly on someone else and get them sick, or it can fall on a surface and then someone else goes and touches the same surface where the droplets fell, and that is how they get infected. When someone is sick, they're contagious from one day from before having symptoms or feeling sick up to 5 to 7 days after getting sick. A very particularly vulnerable population is the elderly, very young children, pregnant women, or people who have chronic lung disorders or chronic diseases like heart disease or diabetes or asthma. I'm going to focus a little bit more on getting the flu shot when you are pregnant. I know that there might be a concern that maybe because it's a vaccine, you shouldn't be receiving a vaccine during the pregnancy, but actually, like we said, pregnant women are more vulnerable to not only getting the flu, but when they do get the flu, they tend to get a more serious flu and they have serious complications, like they get hospitalized, they end up in the ICU, have very severe respiratory problems, and some women even die from the flu. Or it can trigger preterm labor or an early delivery. Women who are planning on getting pregnant or who are pregnant should receive the vaccine during the flu season, October to May, and it can be given at any trimester. There's different types of flu vaccine. So there's an activated flu vaccine that is not safe in pregnancy, and then there is an inactivated flu vaccine, and this one is safe in pregnancy, all trimesters, postpartum period as well, and also preconception before you are pregnant. Within the inactivated types, there's trivalent, it's called, so it has 3 different subtypes of the flu virus, or quadrivalent. There's really no preference as to which one to get. As long as you get one of those, you're good. The live vaccine is safe to use during the postpartum period, and this is the intranasal spray. The other vaccine is actually an intramuscular shot, and it's usually given on the left or the right arm, in the upper part of the arm on the deltoid muscle. Also important to point out is that, like we said, infants who are less than 6 months old can't get the vaccine yet, so they will get their immunization through the mom. So if you get your vaccine when you're pregnant, your baby will be born with antibodies against the flu. So it's like the baby got kind of vaccinated through you. Also, through breast milk, the baby can get antibodies through the maternal breast milk. A very common question that I get from my patients is, will they get sick with the flu if they get the flu vaccine? And the answer is no. The flu vaccine doesn't protect against the common cold. So you can still get the common cold, but that's not having the flu infection. So they're 2 different things, even though they may be very similar because they're both respiratory infections. There's a particular mercury-containing preservative that's used in the flu vaccine. It's called thimerosal, and it's actually safe to use in pregnancy. So even though the flu vaccine contains this preservative, you can still receive it during pregnancy, and it's doesn't cause any harm, and it's safe in pregnancy and for adults. There are actually flu vaccines that don't contain thimerosal. So you can get either one, the one with the Merosal or the one without it. Also very important for pregnant women is that you probably already know you're going to get your Tdap vaccine either your third trimester or immediately after delivery, and it is safe to receive both vaccines, the flu vaccine and the Tdap vaccine, at the same day or at the same visit. There are contraindications to the vaccine. Babies less than 6 months old should not receive the vaccine, and also those who have an allergy to the vaccine. There are situations where you should talk to your doctor first to make sure that it's not risky or it's not dangerous for you to receive the vaccine, and those are people who have Guillain-Barré syndrome and those who have an allergy to egg. So there are other types of flu vaccine that you can receive, but not all of them. So make sure you talk to your doctor first to find out which one you should receive. It's very important that all of us health providers get our flu vaccine every single year. And so I got my flu shots 2016-2017 season. I hope this answers a lot of questions for you guys. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, and I'll see you next week.